Here's how this works. Water, salt, and pepper, those are freebies. Your pantry, it better have flour, oil, vinegar, mustard, and garlic. Beyond that, you'll only need 5 more ingredients and 25 minutes to put an entree or entire meal on the table. So, shop, set the clock, and let's dish out. Alright, we'll need some Parmesan cheese. Go fancy with the Parmigiano Reggiano or just grab some regular old Parmesan. Some unsalted butter. Some garlic and herb seasoning. I love the Mrs. Dash because it's salt free, so I can control the amount of sodium that we add. A little bit of baking powder. And then, of course, we'll need some chicken wings. Got about 2 pounds here, which I've cut in half, or into drums and flats, I should say. Anyways, let's get to work. We'll season our wings up with some freshly cracked pepper and a nice pinch of salt. Drizzle over just a little bit of olive oil to help lubricate them and get that seasoning nice and coated on there. And then I'll sprinkle over some baking powder. That's going to help them get extra crispy in the brief amount of time they're going to be in our air fryer. Go ahead and toss all that to thoroughly coat. Lay these chicken wings down in a single layer into your air fryer. If you don't have one, turn your oven to convection at about 450. We're going to cook them for about 20 to 25 minutes. If you don't have an air fryer, it's probably going to take a little bit more time just because the air fryer is more efficient with that smaller space. Halfway through, go ahead and give them a flip. And while they finish cooking, we're going to grab a couple tablespoons of butter, microwave that briefly to get it softened, sprinkle in some of that garlic and herb seasoning. You could use Italian seasoning as well here. A nice pinch of salt to season our sauce. Not too much though, because Parmesan is pretty salty as well. And then you can either grate or crush in 2 to 3 cloves of nice fresh garlic. And go ahead and grate in some Parmesan cheese. This is really just to taste, make it as cheesy as you like. Go ahead and stir all of that to combine. It's going to tighten up a little bit and look kind of thick, but trust me, it will melt and lubricate our wings beautifully. Once they are cooked through and are piping hot, get them into that bowl and toss them in that garlic Parmesan butter sauce. The heat from the wings is going to slightly melt that cheese and help it adhere to the skin. It's going to slightly soften and just barely cook that garlic so it's not totally spicy and raw. That butter is going to melt beautifully. Go ahead and plate these bad boys up. You could obviously garnish them with some herbs, but I'm keeping it traditional and strictly sticking to our 5 ingredient limit here with a little bit extra Parmesan cheese. They're just perfectly cooked through. Those edges and pointy parts get nice and crispy. That skin has a nice little bite to it, but it is definitely perfectly moist on the interior. That cheesy garlic butter sauce is just, I mean, you've probably had it before, but if you haven't, give these a try. It is an absolute delight. So doggone good. I forgot to give you my usual send-off, so I'll just continue to gnaw away at this chicken and let you guys know I'm grateful for you watching, and now it's your turn to go and make something delicious.